Hi guys, so Michael Gove was in Parliament on the 2nd of February where he was responding to questions about Northern Ireland and the fact that many issues are still outstanding. Now, Boris Johnson and Michael Gove, towards the end of the transition period, the Brexit transition period, were talking about how everything was done and dusted, everything was complete, there was nothing left to negotiate, everything was finalised. Well, that was not true, because there are still a number of issues outstanding, and Michael Gove is actually going to describe some of them here while he was in Parliament. Once again, the EU had offered the UK an extension to the transition period in order to sort out these problems. Boris Johnson, Michael Gove and others decided, no, we don't need that. We want to leave the transition period on this specific date, the end of 2020, come what may. They did that, and now there are all these issues that are still outstanding, and now they have to be resolved. And it seems that Michael Gove is going to have to meet with his counterpart from the EU to sort these things out after they have created disruption.
I think that there are a number of specific issues. I alluded earlier to the requirement that export health certificates are provided. There are other issues as well, as his committee well knows. The grace period covering the supply of chilled meats to Northern Ireland, the movement of pets between Northern Ireland and Great Britain.
Remember, none of these things were finalised. The government at the time said, yes, they are, and they were lying. These were not finalised. These are things that are still outstanding, and they have to be resolved now.
All of these issues and more are ways in which the protocol is having an impact on people in Northern Ireland, which is not in the interests of Northern Ireland, the United Kingdom, or indeed...
And whose fault is that, Michael? Whose fault is it that the protocol is not working for the people of Northern Ireland? The European Union said, let's extend the transition period to deal with all of these things, and you decided to say no. You rejected that. You didn't want to extend. And now you're trying to pick up the pieces.
Good relations between us and the EU. Vice President Maroš Šefčovič totally understands the need to resolve these issues, and with goodwill I believe that we can speedily, as he quite rightly points out, we need to. I think that there are...
So yes, the EU has understood that it's necessary to sort out these issues. These problems were not created by the EU. You have to remember that. That has to be I want people to be very clear about this. The EU did not create these problems. The EU foresaw these problems. They said, look, we need more time. And the UK government and Boris Johnson and Michael Gove's response was, no, we don't. We don't need more time. We don't need to fix these problems. We need to leave at this date. We need to leave at the end of the year for political reasons. There was no obligation from the European Union to leave the transition period at the end of 2020. This was a decision taken by Brexiteers and Boris Johnson. And now we're seeing that many issues are still outstanding. This is creating massive disruption in Northern Ireland. It's actually putting the peace process in Northern Ireland at risk, because there are gangs of ultra loyalists, ultra unionists in Northern Ireland who are threatening the safety of staff working in these ports, the staff who have to carry out these checks. Now, all of this could have been avoided if the UK, Great Britain and Northern Ireland had remained within the single market and the customs union. Leave the European Union. There was no, it was possible to leave the European Union, leave as a member, but remain part of the single market and the customs union. Boris Johnson and Michael Gove decided, no, we don't want that. The Brexiteers didn't want that. And now we're seeing the consequences of that. The people of Northern Ireland are suffering, and there is a risk to the lives of the staff working in these ports. This is completely unacceptable. And to suggest that, yes, it's something that just needs to be ironed out by Michael Gove, is once again dishonest but this is what we have come to expect from Brexiteers, like Michael Gove and Boris Johnson. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?